There comes a time in a new motorcycle journey where an owner chooses to defile its perfectly engineered Japanese exhaust and put something else on for slightly more room. This video happens to be about just that. Think of it as a loose guide in your slip-on journey, specifically for the 2020 Katana. Slip-on loose is also a bad thing, so be careful with your slip-on and loose. Step 1 is talking it out with your bros, because the more bros you have, the more legit of an event it is. Don't forget to ask your bros if they want any beer while you talk about specifics of what you're going to do with the bike. I like hard kombucha and brown ales, so plan accordingly. Your bros will also have a bigger brain than the owner and help you make better decisions. Step 2 is to use WD-40 on all the bolts. This helps make everything easier. Then take the heat shield bolt off with an Allen wrench. After that, pull the heat shield towards the back of the bike for it to slip right off. Next, loosen the bolt connection to the rear set with an Allen wrench. This would be a much bigger pain without lubrication. Then you'll want to lubricate and loosen the exhaust clamp. After that, you can focus on taking the bolts out from the back of the rear set. Bros will help you hold everything in place, which is crucial, or you'll need 6 hands. There's 2 washers and a plastic insert that may fall anyway, as seen here. Gather everything and loosen the exhaust clamp the rest of the way, clearing the little metal tab. Then the exhaust will be loose enough to pull off. And take your time with this part. Do it real slow. And the can is off. Take a moment to pre-fit the new exhaust with your bros. We noticed compared to the instructions, the exhausts need to be mounted on the inside of the rear set instead of the front. Scorpion recommends using a gasket sealer. Do some research on the forums to figure out which one you want to use. I used Ultra Copper. What you're supposed to do with this stuff is smear it around where the 2 pieces of metal will make contact with each other. This is supposed to prevent binding. Don't forget some sexual puns as you stroke your pipe and make a nice smooth layer, in the hopes that this stuff helps prevent any leakage. And as I was told by an engineering bro, make sure it doesn't get too close to the edge of the pipe. And maybe take the clamp off before this part so you don't have to do it like I did. First things first, slide the new clamp that came with the Scorpion exhaust onto the pipe. Now we're ready to slip on the slip-on exhaust. You'll probably need 6 hands for this, so get some genetic mutations before attempting this part if you lack bros. Line up the washers to the rear set bolt just like it looks stock, slip on the pipe and push upward on the exhaust can to get it into place so that the metal tab meets the rear set in the right spot to thread the screw. This is the most finicky step, so consult opinions and take it slow. Yet again, another time 6 hands comes in handy, if you know what I mean. Once everything is in place, tighten down the rear set bolt, and with this Scorpion exhaust, the new exhaust clamp that came with it was much nicer than OEM. You should probably match the OEM look though, where the clamp is underneath, but I think it'll be okay with the bolt up top. Next step is the catalytic converter heat shield. Scorpion gave us this nice thick washer for this. Use all hands available to you because the heat shield was probably the hardest to get into place and looking right. And make sure the heat shield isn't touching the cat and causing reverberation. We had some trouble with this. And that's it. You've installed a Scorpion slip-on to your Katana. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Now the big question. Does it sound any different? Time for a field test. So what do I think? The design quality and build of the Scorpion exhaust is impeccable, and the fact that it comes with a lifetime warranty is amazing. I'm happy with my purchase. But, onto the sound. It changed the low-end sound from stop to start, but otherwise it's not much different from stock. In the quest for more vroom sound, it's not any louder than a Toyota Camry. You can probably blame the catalytic converter for that. Is it worth in the end to put a slip-on onto a modern bike? I'm not really sure, but it sure looks good and saves weight. It'll probably just be up to you. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this guide somewhat helpful. Oh, by the way, go check your motorcycle's exhaust right now, YouTube viewer person, and make sure your bolts are good. You can never be too careful.